Page 1. Page 1. The story begins. I'm seeking out the infamous arms dealer that we shared a bond, me and this guy named Griff. And so, page 1. The moment. I've just swigged down an obsessive amount of coca leaves, the stature of my frame, in heightened, ready to act. Before acted upon, the front of the entrance was where a staggered amount of bums and destituted migrated into the cesspool of funk. Not the type that would make you get out of your seat, but the type that would rot away, smoldering. Okay. I want to be able to communicate. I got limited. Okay, anyways. It would rot away, smoldering decomposition of matter, a pestilence of waste. I was here for one thing, and that was the goods. As I walked through the front door, I noticed there was this inconspicuous camera that in this time and age scanned your image, and it processed it through a systematic matrix, the access files on your encryption, or tag that was all us conformists must wear, so as to say that cross to bear. Did you hear that? The mark of the beast, as some washed-down, hypocritical religious zealot called it. For that person was just another cog in the wheel of assimilation or identification, a holographic image of your persona, interconnected through a network of systems, a great big filing cabinet, a lattice of cybernetic wires digitizing information through a central brain. A master control, so to speak. As the faces passed before me in a venomous undertone, I see in the distance is a man dressed in all black, a cloak and dagger type. Only the trained eye would be aware of such a barrage of artillery that hung over his shoulder, a semi-automatic with laser detection with accuracy of not less than an eighth of an inch to the target. Through mirrored projections, he was able to see all that happens. Okay. So sometimes, maybe I won't be able to communicate it as well as I would like to, because, okay, so. With accuracy of not less than an eighth to the target, through mirrored projections, he was able to see all that happens to ensure control. Well, as I said, me and Griff, we go way back. Up against the wall. Who sent you? Spill it out. We'll end your life right here on the spot. Then in detection, I noticed sour notes of old Griff. Damn you. You got me. Don't punish me anymore. I'm already humiliated that you're able to sneak up on me despite my training. You always were the best back in special ops, you ragweed of stale air. Where the hell have you been? Hey, let's talk in private. In the private dens. So down the corridors, deep in the mine. Oh, this damn program. Okay, we're at about 4 minutes, so this would maybe be like somewhere, okay. You ragweed of stale air, where the hell have you been? Hey, let's talk in private. Let's talk in the private den. So down the corridors, deep as the mind could dream, we reached the spot, an opening that displaced the ocean waters. It was an unbelievable sight. The air was fresh, unlike the streets. I was amazed that he had such a large speedboats for what must be his way of trafficking guns or other deprecating items, those toys of ingenuity and devastation, heralded by archaic minds bent on destruction, annihilation, or the extrapolation of free will, Whether Griff was, "Hey man, wake up, where have you been?" Okay. To obliterate freedom of speech. Okay, slow down, man. It's hard to read and look back and engage into the audience. So I need to maybe adjust. Anyways, people, these are some of my stories. Now, you can delve into my brain. Okay, so I'm going to try to reach back into it and try to pull back what I was trying to say in a little bit more fluency. Okay, those toys of ingenuity and devastation, heralded by the archaic minds bent on destruction and annihilation, or the extrapolation of free will, to obliterate freedom of speech, to dictate and segregate at this time the coca leaves, at this very moment. Oh man, it's hard reading from this print too. Gosh. The freedom of speech to dictate and segregate. At this time the coca leaves effects started to wither. Griff was like, "Hey man, wake up. Where have you been? Do you know what is happening at this very moment? Are you for us or against us? Do you stand in opposition to the conglomerate hand of the government? For it is fueled by malignant desires to oppress and subvert the mind with normalcy and inject a serum of a series of subliminal messages into your psyche." He says again, "Will you fight?" Well, in my sudden vexation by the choice to either pursue my own demon or choose to venture into the stage of the revolution, I told him I would need to think it over, muddle it through the old cortexual inducements of a million neurons firing in a synaptic nerve, he said. Okay, people. Some of my words are, I gotta like, you know, they're really fluent and they're really pulsing. So, firing in a synaptic nerve, he said, "Well, let me tell you, for this is here establishment is all about." Oh, okay, so he's getting ready to tell you about what the establishment is about. These are like critiques, or maybe you can give me some feedback. Where do you think this establishment should go? Well, I got some chapters yet, but I might give you guys the ability to give me some maybe insight into where you would like to see maybe my character go. I can develop him in different ways and mask him in